Guys, today we have our first little Halo Infinite multiplayer tease, as well as Master Chief potentially joining the Nintendo Switch on the Super Smash Bros. Game. This is pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and jump into it with the multiplayer news first. So, on Snack On with Xbox.ca, some promotion offers were announced and recapped, but this time they're actually showing us what the in-game items are, which is nice. So, the first thing we have is this granular armor coating. This is going to be a skin in multiplayer, and honestly it looks a lot like a model in a 3D application, very undetailed, very untextured, and I think this is going to be a little bit jarring in multiplayer, to be honest. I'll talk about that later, but sadly this picture, as well as the other one, they're very small, very undetailed, also just small pictures. But on Chips Ahoy, you actually get this skin as well, the Monarch armor coating, which is just this really shiny purple coating with a gold visor and yellow pieces on his chest. And for some reason, the crotch plate is kind of standing out, but yeah. So this has got some people thinking that this first skin here, the granular, is actually different colors on spots on the armor that we can customize. So all the different colors you see here are actually, places that we can change colors or add different skins or textures or whatever. So that includes the helmet, the shoulders, knee pads, and legs, and so on. And 343, obviously, these are things I think to be expected, obviously, because 343 a while ago said, if you like Halo Reach's customization, which by far was like the best customization in any of the Halo games, then you should like Halo Infinite, is basically what they said. I'm paraphrasing, but this is really interesting. So we might actually be able to customize even more than that, though, is like including the undersuit, maybe the underpants, maybe the neck undersuit, and so on. But this has kind of got me concerned, and I'm not really quite sure if I'm a fan of this, because I certainly did not like what they did with skins and textures in Halo 5's multiplayer, because it started really feeling like a gimmicky kind of experience and kind of made multiplayer look, I guess to put it simply, stupid, as every single person in the game had like really bizarre skins. I mean, the pizza skin, I'm just not a fan of that. I'm sorry. I think it just throws multiplayer into it throws you out of immersion, I think. I know multiplayer hasn't really been, very immersive in the traditional sense, where it's not like very lore friendly, and why are there Spartans fighting over a flag? And I know that 343 try to rationalize things with, Halo 4 and stuff, and I guess that was maybe a step up, but I didn't really care. It's all right, honestly, but what I'm talking about immersion in this sense is that I feel like it's jarring that there are Spartans running around that aren't even textured or, colored at all. It's just bizarre to me, and I don't care for it. And I think that this specific skin right here, the other one, the Monarch, is fine, but this specific skin here looks very Gmod to me, and I can't begin to imagine how outworldly some of the weapon skins are. We got the monster can drink skins that were, I guess, pretty okay for starters, but still, I'm a little bit concerned. And by the way, Sean W. pointed this out, which is pretty funny, but this is effectively microtransactions, and there's a lot of concern, I think, with microtransactions in Halo Infinite. There has been for some time, but honestly, these are kind of becoming a red flag to me, that we're not getting any news, we're not getting any real substance, and instead we're kind of constantly having to talk about these promotions and skins for a game that we don't even know what the multiplayer is looking like. It's just a very bizarre thing for me, and this might be a consequence because the game was delayed, but there's already all these deals and timelines, set up. So it might not be really ideal for anyone, any of these brands, as well as 343 or Microsoft, but they just have to do it anyway. So yeah, but that's not all. We actually have a few other things that were announced here regarding multiplayer. It looks like emblems and, like the little player tab thing is returning. This is for Sour Patch and Maynards. You have this code that can unlock the Delta Diamond Armor emblem, as well as the Delta Diamond Player emblem. And for another couple things here, it says Osculation Armor emblem, which I think looks actually pretty cool. Kind of looks like it would go pretty good with the Monarch armor coating, but also there's a player emblem. And then for Trident Gum, there's also this, which is pretty much the same thing. And for the notice and disclaimer at the bottom, there's really nothing that's kind of pointing to a potential release date. Unfortunately, they just say that you have to put these codes in on Halo Waypoint before the end of this year. So this next segment is pretty insane. If you're a fan of Super Smash Bros., if you have a Nintendo Switch, this is pretty exciting. Master Chief might be finally going to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch. Now, this is pretty crazy because a while ago we heard that Microsoft may actually bring Halo over to the Nintendo Switch. We heard some rumors and some teases of that, but nothing really fell fell through. But recently, Minecraft Steve, which of course Minecraft is now a Microsoft IP because they bought it a while ago, but he actually made it over to the Switch and is, I think, playable now, but there's a whole trailer of him. But this is pretty insane because that's a big Microsoft IP now, and that's one of their brands, and it's now on the Switch. And it would make sense that one of video games' biggest iconic characters, the Master Chief, would make it over. But here's what's insane, all right? So a gamer here on Twitter asked, will Master Chief be in Super Smash Bros. In French? And then the Xbox French branch said this: he's still waiting for his invitation. So with that being said, I think it seems like Microsoft is wanting Master Chief to go into Super Smash Bros., that they are totally open for it and ready. And I think, honestly, I never thought about this until now, but I wonder if we're going to get different versions of Master Chief. And just like with Minecraft Steve, there's like the playable zombie, and there's, I think, the Creeper, and even the Enderman are all playable, I think, with Minecraft Steve. And they're just like different skins, basically, but ultimately different characters. But I think what we will probably get with Master Chief is probably an Arbiter character as well, but also, different Master Chiefs, like the Halo 3 Chief, the Halo 4 one, and the Halo Infinite one. Of course, I think the Halo Infinite one is just an absolute must, and I imagine that he's going to be throwing a lot of grenades, firing a lot of his assault rifles, and I have to wonder what his ultimate would be, because it would have to be pretty epic, right, to live up to the legacy of Master Chief. And even this guy here, Will, on Twitter talked about he thought he would never see a Microsoft property in Smash, and I think this is really just a big testament to the fact that Microsoft is really open now. Obviously, they're not doing exclusives anymore for at least a couple years. Halo is going to PC, and they're even thinking about bringing maybe Halo over to the PlayStation 5, which is just insane that Halo has kind of lost its exclusiveness, which is kind of a good and bad thing, I guess. Depends on who you talk to. But Brian, actually, Sketch, a community manager at 343, said, fingers crossed, we are one step closer to a certain other Xbox property showing up in Smash. And obviously, he's talking about Master Chief. And so I think 343 is down. Microsoft is down. Really, they probably just have to iron out the kinks of the character, do some paperwork, and yeah, there he is. Guys, if you want to learn more about Halo lore on your way to school or work, then be sure to check out Halo Followers offer with Audible. Snag yourself a free Halo audiobook, link down in the description. But anywho, I sound a little bit tired in this video. It's because I just woke up, but I just wanted to get this news out real quick, and yeah. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about, Master Chief being in Smash, and also the multiplayer news. Are you worried about microtransactions and these skins? Are they a little bit worrisome to you or not? Let me know why or why not down in the comments below. And of course, be sure to smash that like button so hard it turns blue, and subscribe to join me on the 9+ year journey of following Halo here on Halo Follower. I'll catch you guys in the next one soon. Peace.